Hey there, so as you can see, a whole new different background going on. That is because I have moved and I'm so happy. I need to make a story about my old apartment, but today I'm coming at you with a story time video because I am still kind of in the process of, getting used to this new place, and I still have to get some new furniture and decor and everything. So I thought a story time video would be really cool to make, really easy for me to make. So I thought, why not start with story time videos, because there is just so much crazy stuff going on in my life and I have so many stories to tell, so why not start today? So as I've mentioned in my last video, I had a major change done to my hair, and it all started with me watching YouTube as always. Paying for TV, yes, but watching TV, we got YouTube, okay? I came across Guy Tang and ThatBlondeGirlMandie, and I saw them transform beautiful brunettes into those blonde bombshells. And I've had all natural virgin hair and I was itching for a change. My hair has been basic for ever, so I thought, why not try it? Now don't get me wrong, I prefer blonde men, but I like brunette women, so I wasn't planning on going full-on blonde because I like being a brunette. But I thought, those balayages and whatever they were doing looked really good, really natural, and if I didn't like it, it wasn't a all over color, so I thought it would be easy to go back to my natural hair color. But I didn't know it would be such a horrible experience. So I was looking at this picture and I thought, if I don't like it, I could even just cut it off or whatever. It's not a major change. And I've been going to the same hairstylist for over 10 years now, and I do trust him, never had any bad experiences. So as you can tell, I was very basic when it came to my hair, and I was done with being basic. Like Guy Tang, he has that magical power where he makes you feel like you have to color your hair like purple, blue, violet, green. He's just magical, I love him. My hairstylist told me, yeah, I can totally do that, no problem. It's not taking you to a platinum blonde. Naive, silly little me trusted him. I mean, I'm not trying to bash him in any sort of way. I still do love him, of course. But he also knows I am very complicated when it comes to my hair. Like, I can go from 0 to ultra annoying diva in like this when it comes to my hair, and he knew that. So I made an appointment. I came in, I sat down in his chair. This is what my hair looked like in the chair. All virgin hair, no drip of color anywhere in that hair, okay? And I'm very obsessive when it comes to my hair. Okay, just so you know. So I already noticed that he does things very differently from what I've seen from watching like hundreds of hours of Guy Tang and other stylists doing that balayage magic. Instead of bleach, he just used a color, which I knew, yes, it can lift hair color, or some hair dyes can, but considering my hair is so dark, I thought he would have to use bleach, but he didn't. But I still wasn't really worried. However, when he started to put the color on, I felt like he was just doing random streaks, and he was working in like layers and not even properly sectioning my hair off. But I still was like, he probably knows what he's doing. And as Guy Tang said, like, there are many different techniques and hairstylists should use the technique that they do best, right? I was still not worried. My mom even was there because she knew what a big deal that was for me. So I was there all cling foiled up, I guess. I looked like an alien, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna look amazing. I'm gonna look like one of those Guy Tang Instagram pictures, right? After a few minutes, I don't know, like half an hour, he came over and he looked at my hair. It lifted a little bit, but not enough, so he used like a heating lamp thing, which worried me a lot because I thought that's really bad for your hair. But the thing is, I mean, you saw the length of my hair, and that heating lamp came to about my shoulders, so it was like, well, but then the top part is going to be lighter than the bottom part. And as I looked at my hair, I noticed it's not really lighter, it just looks really kind of reddish. But I thought, you know, I'm gonna look at it once he's all done. Or when he was starting to like blow dry my bangs, I mean, you can see they're really bangs anymore, they're super long. There was just that block of color here, and just random all over my head. It just didn't look blended, and it was just really big blocks of like super brassy reddish hair. It didn't even look like highlights. It was like, yeah, they were like 1 or 2 inches wide, and they started at different heights. So I started to freak out a little bit. There weren't only stripes, like these big blocks in my hair, there were also like stains, or it didn't look blended. It just looked, I don't know, I had some sort of hair fungus or whatever. I don't know if that even exists. So I said like, oh, sorry, I think there are like, there's a splotch right here and like right here. And his idea was to dye part back to my natural hair color or something, I don't know. He did it, it looked better in the mirror, and the weird thing was he hadn't turned on all the lights in the salon, so it was quite dark for a hair salon, you know. So once he fixed it, I felt like, oh yeah, I can see it. And he was like, yeah, it's gonna be lighter the second time, you know, you have dark hair. It's a process to go lighter, which I thought, yeah, I've heard that before, and that is totally fine. Like, we talked about that before. I never really had a consultation where he would tell me like what he would be doing, what his plans were, what his vision was, which should have been the first red flag. I walked out, I was like, I want to see my hair in the natural light, in the sun, because inside it was really dark. So his boyfriend walked out with me with a big mirror. He held it up, and I was like, this is not a balayage, this is not an ombre, this looks like I had a really bad dye job done or a dye accident. Oh, it looked horrible. The shade was wrong, it wasn't blended, it was splotchy, it was streaky. I'm actually really embarrassed to show you this picture, but this is what I looked like. As you can imagine, on the inside I was like, I trusted you, I've been coming to your salon for over 10 years and you seriously let me walk out like this? So his boyfriend was like, we have to redo this, you can come in for free a second time. We did this before. We actually had a client where we had to do it 3 times until it was right, so don't worry, you can come by a second time and we'll fix it. I booked a new appointment, and I was like, okay, you know, not everyone can be Guy Tang. I wish everyone was a Guy Tang though. I wish everyone was as magical as Guy Tang. So I was heartbroken. I had all sorts of emotions. I went from being devastated to being livid to thinking the world was going to crash and burn. I took pictures of my hair in all sorts of different lighting and constantly looking at it, obsessing over it. Side note, I very, very rarely cry, but that day I was really close. So he was fully booked, so I had to wait a week to get back in again. For a whole week I was wearing really tight, I was doing all sorts of different updos that would kind of hide the mess that was going on my head. So I wasn't happy at all because, you know, I like my hair to like flow in the wind and be all sassy. So wearing updos every day was torture, okay? For me, that is torture. After the first appointment of losing my hair virginity to my hairdresser, I went in the second time, and he said his idea was to give me highlights to blend it better. So I heard that you shouldn't give artists too many instructions, otherwise you will limit their creative flow. So I was like, yeah, just do your thing, you're the professional. From my understanding, the way you do highlights is either by, well, balayage, or the traditional method would be kind of like taking a section from your hair and then like weave it and then use some foil and put the color or whatever on it and wrap it up. Well, that's not how he thought highlight should be done. The way he did it literally was like this. He didn't even section my hair off. He just pulled out chunks like this big out of my hair, put the color on and left it on my hair. And I started to freak out a bit because I thought there's no way that is going to fix what's going on my head right now. It's only going to make it worse. But I thought, you know, if he messes up, I'll just go somewhere else. I do not want to be rude or mean because we are actual like real life friends. So I kept quiet. I thought, you know, maybe a miracle will happen and I will walk out with beautiful Guy Tang-esque balayage. So his boyfriend started to wash up my hair. I went back in the chair. The hairstylist started to blow dry my hair, and it was still, you know, like those blocks of hell, those splotches of hell, but a little lighter. And I thought, you know what? I am not going in there a third time. I'll just pretend like I like it. You know, on the inside I was like, oh my god, someone needs to chop my head off. I can't walk out into public like this. Someone bring me a paper bag and put it over my head. This is god awful. But on the outside I was like, yeah, oh yeah, it does look better than I did before, which it did. And I thought, you know, maybe I just have to get used to it. This is quite a big change. So once I got home, I decided to snap a picture of my hair. And I'm not lying when I say that on the inside I was screaming, crying, having all sorts of different emotions again, but 10 times worse than after the first appointment. I was like, oh, someone get me a paper bag, put it over my head. I can't go out in public like this. I look like a hot mess. My hair is gonna be screwed up. I took this picture. Does this look like a balayage to you? Does this look like this to you? It doesn't, right? And also, where's my natural hair? Like, you're supposed to leave out a lot. I mean, this looks like a toddler took some bleach and just randomly took like I don't have a brush right here, but going like this on my hair violently. It just looks all shades of wrong. I mean, if you like orange hair, good for you. I don't want it, okay? I'm a neutral girl, yes. I wanted to go from basic to amazing bombshell, but the deal was to make it look natural, and it just didn't look natural. So I sent my friend this picture. I was like, I'm about to cry. My world is just falling apart. He took my hairginity. I'm probably gonna lose all my hair. This is awful. I was like, hey, don't worry, I have a friend who's a colorist. I'll ask her if she can do anything or if she has any suggestions. I was like, yes, please, any sort of help, even if she tells me I have to dye it dark, I don't care, I need this fixed, I can't go to work like this. I couldn't even put it up in a ponytail, because even in the ponytail you could see those streaks and splotches and blocks and everything, and you could just tell that the color was wrong. I went to his friend's salon. She looked at my hair and she said, "Don't worry, I've seen worse, but honestly you should ask for your money back." And he should have been honest and told you that he hasn't learned how to properly do it, and maybe referred you to someone else, or just say, "I'm not gonna do it." How can he let you walk out of the salon like this? No hairstylist should let a client walk out like this, especially if it's a top-notch hair salon, which it was, by the way. She was like, "Don't worry, I can fix it." She explained to me what she was planning on doing, and she said, because he messed up so much, in certain areas I will have to dye your hair back to your natural hair color, but I'll have to use bleach on your hair, but I'm experienced with using bleach, I will watch it. And she was just making me very safe and comfortable. So I was like, yes, I want an appointment, please fix me, lady. So I went back in, she explained everything as she did before, and I felt really safe and comfortable because she made me feel like she knew what she was doing, and she did. She slayed, guys, she slayed. I mean, she took me from this to this, and it just looked amazing. She took pictures and she took me out into the sunlight to show me that even, in the sunlight it looked really good, and I felt amazing. I never felt this hot before. I mean, I thought there was no way she could fix this. I thought I would have to dye everything dark again, but she's just magical. She's just a magical hair fairy sent from the hair gods, and I am so grateful that she saved my life. Honestly, if it wasn't for her, I would probably cry about my hair. But right now I feel awesome. I get a lot of compliments for my hair, and I even consider going back to her in like spring or something to take it even a shade lighter, even though I know I can't pull off blonde, but I love being brunette. However, I feel like I trust her enough to the point where I would be like, "Girl, work your magic one more time. Take all of my money, I don't care." Yeah, so she deserves a big thank you, and I'm just so glad that there are hairstylists out there that are honest with you. So yeah, what I learned from this story is that even though you may know your hairdresser, doesn't mean that they're good at a certain thing that you may want to get done. So doing your research is definitely recommended, so you won't end up making a story time like me about this horrible hair experience, hair journey, this ordeal. I hope no one has to go through this. I mean, yeah, my hair didn't break off, or it didn't, had a chemical breakdown. It didn't turn into rubber or anything. My hair is still in a pretty decent condition considering what it went through, but still it was quite painful to have hair that I hated for like 2 weeks. I mean, if you love your hair, you probably know how it feels like, and I'm very obsessive over my hair. I'm always very concerned that it looks good in every sort of light, in every sort of hairstyle. So going through that for 2 weeks was torture. I felt like going through hair hell that time. But again, I'm so glad that I found this hair angel that fixed it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this story time. Let me know in the comments below if you had a similar hair experience or any sort of hair horror story. Please share it. I would love to know, because I feel like I had the worst hair experience. And also let me know if you like story time videos and if you want to know more, for example, about my crazy neighbor. I mean, crazy neighbor. I'm talking about sexual harassment in any sort of way, odor, almost burning down the apartment complex twice, dog poop in the backyard, getting naked in front of me, that kind of stuff. Again, if you like story times, let me know. I'll be really glad to talk about my crazy neighbor or my stalker ex-boyfriend, whatever, just let me know. But for now, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and see you next time. Bye.